Shalom, fellow Ambazonians. Good morning. Today, na Saturday, number 29 day for this month of July 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, Sense Pass King. Lukong, Mr. No Koni. Una welcome to another episode of our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia at home and abroad, I bring una revolutionary greetings as finally we done reach for Saturday, the last day we expect say John Fru Ndi it go be buried. We done get a really roller coaster day, beginning with the public display of La République du Cameroon, their honor for John Fru Ndi. The enemy, indeed, even the enemy, honors John Fru Ndi with a state burial, just like they did for his wife, Madame Rose. John Fru Ndi was received yesterday in Commercial Avenue, Liberty Square, the place where the March for Democracy, Freedom, suffered damn finish with the mantra, power to the people, was launched. John Fru Ndi came into Bamenda with a ghost town that saw most part of our town in Bamenda silent, people staying at home, some to mourn John Fru Ndi, others to protest against the coming of somebody they believe have failed them and failed this revolution by not standing up and championing the cause for Ambazonia and the cause for separation from La République du Cameroon. Fru Ndi have been duped, the traitor, by Ambazonian nationalists who earlier on had told the Ambazonian people that the reason why the SDF was created was because of the issue of Southern Cameroons. That SDF was created to liberate Southern Cameroon, but John Fru Ndi carried the party and ran away with it. All these lies and political stories which were meant for pressure, political pressure on John Fru Ndi, our people should know that even though John Fru Ndi never responded to these allegations, they were all political talks done for political pressure on his party. By the time Fru Ndi was accused of receiving documents from the United Nations, asking him to call on all parliamentarians to withdraw, SDF had 0 parliamentarians. John Fru Ndi was just about to start his journey to fight for democracy. It was impossible that Fru Ndi created the SDF together with the people who claimed they created the SDF with him for the purpose to fight for Southern Cameroon. It is not conceivable. Our people must now start to speak the truth to ourselves and shame anybody who brings lies. Indeed, our cause for freedom, for justice, for Southern Cameroon have been there from the beginning. Godidinka have championed the legal matter and have laid down a foundation for our generation to build on the legality of our case. But the truth must be told. John Fru Ndi had 0 agenda for separation and independence of Ambazonia from the creation of the SDF. The anger against him that he betrayed Southern Cameroon are all unfounded, all unsubstantiated. Perhaps John Fru Ndi could have answered this question to the public by himself, but we know for sure that every time this question have come up, Fru Ndi have evaded and have simply respected those who push the agenda for the British Southern Cameroon. He did the right thing not to challenge the ideology of Ambazonia, but to respect it. In 1st October 1991, when I attended a rally in the Bamenda Stadium, which was banned by La République, but John Fru Ndi openly challenged Cameroon to hold a rally in the Bamenda Stadium on the 1st of October 1991. John Fru Ndi said this, and I quote from my memory as a child: all SCNC people are SDF militants, but not all SDF militants are SCNC. I will fight for every SCNC activist to have the right to speak on this podium. That is why today I call this rally. Despite the presence of the gendarmes, I have braced the odds to give you people the microphone to speak, but respect my platform, respect my party. That was a quote John Fru Ndi spoke after Mbinglo Tiger addressed the crowd with many other SCNC activists in the Bamenda Stadium that I witnessed as a child. When this struggle started, John Fru Ndi championed the Ambazonian uprising with his parliamentarian in Boya, where he performed a rally against the Cameroon government ban. He told the people and promised the people the SDF will speak in the parliament of Cameroon about this matter. And behold, Honorable Weber came up. But we all know that the issue of jealousy amongst us is our weakness. Fru Ndi was indeed jealous of the embrace of Honorable Weber. Nevertheless, he engineered the campaign in the Cameroon parliament to raise up the issues that the Ambazonian cause was raising. John Fru Ndi is a patriot. He is not a traitor. Those who call John Fru Ndi a traitor cannot even define what a traitor means. What has John Fru Ndi betrayed us? What treason are you talking about? These are people who cannot make a distinction between Atanganji Paul and John Fru Ndi. They cannot make a distinction between John Fru Ndi and Achidi Achu. These are traitors who have betrayed the principles of our cause, have trampled on our own identity, and have turned our struggle into something our people cannot recognize. One day they will be held responsible for their crimes against humanity. These are individuals who have defined the Ambazonian struggle as a xenophobic struggle, publicly indicting, implicating Ambazonia for war crimes, instructing the targeting killing of individuals who are innocent of any crimes. These people have lost their moral grounds, their moral backings, and have no place in Ambazonia in the future. History will judge them right, and justice will meet them wherever they may be. My fellow country people, the government of Germany have put out a statement that have ruled out foreign intervention in the war between La République du Cameroon and Ambazonia. There have been increasing calls for the German government to intervene and step up in order to salvage the humanitarian crisis by bringing an end to the war between Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon. Despite all this call, the German government have said that Cameroonians themselves must find the solution to this crisis. The German government was reacting to a question from members of the Free Market Liberal Democratic Party in Germany, one of the parties that have been supporting us in the background and have been paying attention to our crisis. According to their questioning to the German government, the German authority have said this bluntly. The impetus, I quote from the German government, the impetus for the sustainable peace process must come from Cameroon and cannot be provided by external actors. According to the German's Foreign Office, Germany is currently providing the largest foreign donation to sustain La République du Cameroon, having provided over 100 million euro each year to fund developmental projects and to sponsor Cameroon councils across the nation. My country people, this one are the things and the reality which I have repeatedly told you, that the leaders will pretend and bury their head in the sand that it does not exist. The international community, they increasingly rule out the possibility of independence for Ambazonia. Ambassador Thibault Nagy, who speaks for the most part the positions of the United States of America, have told us, the Ambazonian people, that the possibility of outright independence at this stage is not possible. They have even chastised our nationalist and hardline position to tell the Ambazonian people, and I quote, that there will be no reality that one day the international community is going to tell Paul Biya and La République to sit down and negotiate their way out of Ambazonia. A direct quote to some factions in Ambazonia. It will not happen, and it pains me to say this to our people, and it is necessary because of our own infighting, our own partisanship that has put us on a very dangerous trajectory. Ambazonian must be able to assess and with certainty the possibility of attainability of every goal we put in front of us. When you know that you cannot do something and your own propaganda, your own propagation propagates it, you either are minimizing the people that they are so stupid, they are so fragile that they cannot handle the truth and still fight. And you are the only one who can handle the truth and still fight. Our people must know the truth. Our ideology on ground zero is not consistent with international practice and our attainable goals. It has made our own soldiers to be confused and cannot even recognize victory when we have one. When you preach on attainable goals, when you know it is not attainable, you are preaching and building on a false foundation that have serious ramification on the ground. Nobody recruited Ambazonians to fight. Nobody told our people to fight. Our people have had enough with La République du Cameroon and are determined to fight for their freedom, and nothing is going to stop them until a satisfiable and just solution is found for our problem. Any sons and daughters of Ambazonia who have deceived themselves and their own followers that Ambazonia is fighting because of them have lost their bearings. We have come from a period where we had international sympathy, international direct sanctions against La République du Cameroon as a support to our plight, and a tolerance to listen to the proposition made by us Ambazonians, by the international community. We have lost those support. We have lost those backing and those pressure. And now what we have in front of us, fellow Ambazonians, is an outright elimination of a possibility. The message should be clear to our people. And for those where they dismiss international partners, international community, it be very hypocritical. These are not people who are rational. Ambazonia is all dependent on the international community. When we say Ambazonia, we have international borders. Ambazonia, we were internationally recognized. Ambazonia, the United Nations voted and this and this and that and that. That is why we are fighting. That is why our cause is just. You cannot say Ambazonia is based on international law. Ambazonia was created by the international community, and at the same time, you think that you will win Ambazonia without the international community. People who claim they don't want the international community, it is not needed. The same people are celebrating that Fru Ndi's children call them. If you are so stupid not to understand the politics of these people, I know we are all angry. In our zeal to look for justice, we have been taken advantage of by people who suffer from mental illness, people with megalomania, who wants to take us to commit suicide. Our soldiers will fight. We will fight. The biggest action in this month was carried out by the Ambazonian Dark Forces in Ekok, in San, in a checkpoint around San, where our intelligence have bear fruit and our soldiers was able to strike the enemy where it hurts the most. The people who are calling us traitors are even ashamed to tell you who carried out the attack. They are ashamed. They are the traitors that have betrayed us. We will fight La République du Cameroon. We will resist until we have victory for our people. What we will not do is lie to our people. Our people are mature and are capable of handling complex issues that relates to their own survival. They deserve to know the truth, and only then shall they be capable of taking the proper decision and aligning themselves in a way that will free them. We no need to look very far to look in what happened in Bamenda yesterday. We secured an agreement with all of our forces for no military obstruction of the funeral of John Fru Ndi. Yesterday, you would imagine that the same bombs that were planted to attack the Mount Cameroon race were used to burn down Mogamo. That same road in front of Mogamo was when the convoy with all the black legs from Yaoundé had passed. So if you are fighting La République du Cameroon, why did you not use that same bomb and put them on the road to attack La République du Cameroon, black legs and their military? You go and put it in a bus to burn down Mogamo based on a lie. You lie to our soldiers. They lie to them and manipulate them. That Mogamo is John Fru Ndi was a shareholder of Mogamo. Why would anybody deceive soldiers to go and burn down Mogamo, where you could easily use the same energy to attack La République du Cameroon? Today, even our journalists in Bamenda, they are telling our soldiers where La Republic their checkpoints are. Go and attack them here, and there. They are even pointing the house of the real blacklegs in town. We know them around us. The devil is a liar. They attack Bamileke people, slaughter them. Remember that Mogamo is paying his liberation tax. Hoha, Mogamo have paid his liberation tax since the beginning of this struggle. Today you have burned that same Mogamo. You have deceived boys to burn Mogamo because of Fru Ndi, based on a lie. How do you think the people of Mogamo will react? The drivers who are all Bamenda people, who are 100% Ambazonians, who may not have their jobs or may not work for some time, how do you think they will react vis-a-vis our national security? We have Amumezam. It's there open. Behind Amumezam is a forest. You can climb, basically climb behind Amumezam and burn down all those vehicles in Amumezam. I can even teach you from Hong Kong how to do that, because that is where I grew up. You did not attack Amumezam, who have been transporting the bees with their buses without hiding their name. You have not burned Amumezam, but you go and burn Mogamo. Who is fooling who? Who is a criminal? Who have betrayed our forces? You kill Bamileke people, the same people who have been sponsoring this struggle, and lie that is because they go and they sell out the Ambazonian youths who were killed in Pininquata. Now we know that those people who called Cameroon military in that occasions were the family of the girls who were kidnapped by their boyfriends, one of whom was an Ambazonian soldier. It has nothing to do with those Bamileke people. The next day, another Bamileke person was killed, a Baba who have been paying his liberation tax. Somebody that when our soldiers call, he run there and will give them information. Innocent blood was killed. And your own door people are celebrating your rhetoric, war crimes. And at the same time, you say you are fighting against war crime from La Republic, self-defense. Don't you know that Ambazonia deserve to have a self-defense against our own stupidity? Do you think our people agree with our excesses? Do you think those excesses works for Ambazonia or for Paul Biya? Who is working for La Republic? It is those people who are pushing for policies that are turning away our people from our struggle, repelling attraction from forces that we can build on to win and defeat La Republic du Cameroon. I am sending a warning to everybody who is manipulating our soldiers, who is declaring war crimes on Ambazonian struggle. Be careful. Be careful. Do not think that Ambazonians cannot fight back. Do not think that our people are so stupid. Do not think that for one moment. We are fighters. We will fight the enemies within and without. We shall never be intimidated. It is not in our book. If there was one John Fru Ndi, there will be one challenger that will liberate Ambazonia. Be sure for that. And our people should be rest assured that their sweat, their resistance will not go in vain. The shops that they close their business. They will never regret these actions, because their people and their daughters will stand up for the light, will speak the truth, will maintain their honor and their value to fight for what is noble, what has been ordained by God. Fellow Ambazonians, I am coming today to tell you the truth. The option of outright independence is not attainable. We must fight La Republique du Cameroon with attainable goals. The reason why the international community cannot speak or cannot say anything is because anything that they say will be perceived as supporting something that is just not attainable, something that is not well constructed as it is. We must moderate and consider the plan B. The third option, we are obligated, if we love our identity, if we love to secure Ambazonian independence in the future. We cannot have our independence right now. We will not have outright independence or outright military victory to liberate our country. But we can fight and resist La Republique du Cameroon and make demands that are reasonable and attainable. We do not right now have the capability to deliver military victory against La Republique du Cameroon, simply not because we don't have the soldiers or the materials to fight the war, but because of our own evilness, because of the witchcraft we have amongst us, it will not just work. I have told you, expect no solution from all the established Ambazonian factions. Expect no solution from all the Ambazonian known activists, because they have all been transformed into partisan talking heads. They are all political parties. They are not fighting for you. They are not fighting for you as much as they are fighting for themselves and their groups and for their delusional dreams of emerging as dominant leaders over you. They want to become to you what Paul Biya is to you today. They want to become the new CPDM in Ambazonia, the new tyrants in Ambazonia. People who will ask you to follow them when they run naked on the street. These are people who are devils. Those people who have no brains. They cannot question any decisions they receive. Who can blame them? It's all because of the zeal for our motherland. But we all know that with this zeal, there must be rational thinking for us to win. We must not be too angry. Somebody says we are not angry enough. We don't need to become mad to win a war. We need to become smart, rational to defeat the enemy. We must become collective, calculative to defeat this enemy. We need to become united. We need all the forces we can get, including the opposition parties, including all segments in our society, including Ambazonians who are working within the Republic military, including our civil servants. Let nobody deceive you. We need the sympathy of everybody. Above all, we need the support of the international community. Without the support of the international community, we will go nowhere. Absolutely. It is self-defeating to work against the expectation that we have. Anybody who is working against our international trust, against our international appeal, is working for Paul Biya, inadvertently or knowingly. We will continue to push robustly, and I call on all Ambazonian forces to align themselves with proper ideology that can free them and that can make progress, and to not burn their sacrifices in vain with via people who are fighting for their parties and for themselves. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.